Afternoon, everybody. We'll get this meeting called to order. Senator, you can go ahead and come up, but we'll get Danny. Will you lead us in prayer real fast?
Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the folks that are here. Thank you for the families. Thank you for giving us wisdom. Give us wisdom. Give us guidance into things that we should do for the state of Georgia. In Christ's name, amen.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. All right, everybody has a copy of the bill as a substitute. Senator, do you want to present your bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Where is that?
Expecting Chairman Corbett.
I'm sorry.
So this bill is Senate Bill 110, and it's gone through a lot of changes. The House has had some real good recommendations on how to improve it, and we've agreed to that. And so what I hope is the latest, is LC 520310S.
I got 22S.
Okay. I was afraid of that. I just left Senate rules in a hurry. You all, I know, appreciate and recognize what a important role our law enforcement have in keeping us safe, and we just passed out of Senate appropriations yesterday a bill where we agreed with the House to increase our state law enforcement officers' pay by $6,000 for our Georgia State Patrol and GBI and DNR. Unfortunately, not every state law enforcement agency, but the agencies that we felt like have been really stressed to do more and more, especially in the last 2 or 3 years. However, our constitutional officers that are our sheriffs are the chief law enforcement officer in each state, and they have duties required of them in the state constitution. And we've struggled really for years since I've been up here, this is my 8th session, with ways to try to help them with their compensation and to give them the resources they need. A 2021 compensation review, a report done by the Georgia Sheriff's Association, it had about 85 counties responded. The average salary at that time for sheriff deputies was around $36,000 a year. The average salary for jailers was about $32,000 a year. We have some counties paying sheriff deputies as little as $13 an hour, or we did in 21. We have some jailers making as little as $10 an hour. So a sheriff deputy making that average wage, if it's a family of 3, they would actually qualify for government assistance. And that's just not acceptable to me. We've got to do better. We've got a great state, a lot of good things going on, and we can do better. The lieutenant governor last year, when he was in the Senate, had an idea of letting the citizens of Georgia get an opportunity to voluntarily contribute toward safer communities by contributing to our sheriffs. We initially had this bill as it was going to be a checkoff on your auto insurance bill or your personal auto insurance application. So it initially went to House Insurance. The members of that committee had a really better idea of how to do it. We accepted that gladly and decided it would be a lot more seamless and easier to administer to put it on your vehicle registration. So this bill basically would, when you renew your registration or buy a new vehicle and register your vehicle, you would have an opportunity, the citizens would have an opportunity to check a box and in addition to paying the fee for their tag, pay $5, contribute $5 to the Georgia Sheriffs. It would be collected by your local tax commissioner, remitted to the Department of Revenue annually. And then, in their weekly transmittals, excuse me, not annually. And then annually, the Department of Revenue would remit the funds to the Georgia Sheriff's Association, and they would then distribute these funds equally to all 159 sheriffs. The latest change requires that the money only be used for bonuses for sheriff deputies and jailers. It would not be able to be used for the increase in the pay of the sheriff. It also calls for the county, it's not to supplant any other money that the county has appropriated for the sheriff's department, and it also has a sunset on it. So I think we've taken all the feedback from the House to make this a better bill, and I would ask for your favorable consideration to keep our community safe and help our sheriffs, who again have a very unique role. I think they're cited in the Georgia Code over 600 times with various duties, but they of course have the duty to provide service for the courts. They have the duty to maintain and run our jails, and then they have the duty to keep our communities safe. So I'd like your favorable support of this. Be happy to try to answer any questions.
Thank you. Representative Ridley.
I'd like to make a motion at proper time.
Not quite yet. Representative Montahan.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Senator, for bringing the bill. Love the idea, love the bill. You know, in Paulding County, and I don't know, you'd have to ask a lot of other folks, but we have a In God We Trust sticker that we put down over top of the county. I know I do it on my vehicles. Is that something we could do with Bank the Blue, to get a small sticker to make a statement, let people know that we support our law enforcement in this state? We could double up. We could do Bank the Blue tag, Bank the Blue sticker.
Representative, that was brought up in House Insurance. I'm not opposed to that idea. I don't want this to be viewed as, some sort of get out of your speeding ticket kind of deal. And also we didn't know logistically how much that would cost, and how much of the $5 that would actually take. I do think this is something I'm told that we have around 3.5 million registered vehicles in Georgia. That's what the Department of Insurance told me. We really don't know how many people will participate in this, but if 25% participated, I think I would consider that a success, and we might raise $1 million or so. If it's a success, I would be happy to come back and maybe look at the possibility of expanding this program and adding a special decal, and also maybe even looking at local law enforcement too. But we'd like to get this started to show our sheriffs. I think you're going to hear from your sheriffs if you hadn't already, on this nice pay raise we're able to do for our state law enforcement. And of course they compete for some of the same workforce. So I think you're going to probably hear from your sheriffs, and this would be an opportunity for us to show we're trying to support them too.
Well, great bill. Thank you for bringing it.
Representative Prince.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Chair. Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, thanks a lot, Senator, for bringing this bill, and definitely fully support it. I do have one concern. That's in line 60, where it talks about the sheriff being the sole discretion of how these bonuses are going to be served. My concern is that, we all pick our favorites when we have people working for us, those who work hard and some don't. But we in Richmond County, Augusta, that is, have what we call a Sheriff Merit Board that our sheriff uses to help with discipline problems as well as personnel, but this could also be a part of that as well. So again, I do support this bill, but that's my only concern. But thank you for bringing it.
Sure, I would say to that it doesn't preclude the sheriff from taking the counsel and advice or direction from the board that you speak of, that'd be at his discretion.
One more question. Representative McLean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I guess I can say I do appreciate the bill because I've got a bill that I'm trying to make every state employee to make $15 minimum wage a hour, but I guess one of these days we'll get there, but we hadn't gotten there, so let's get back on track. My only concern is that what did the Department of Revenue have to say about? Because right now I saw that you want something put on their application or form to say this, so they think that's. And I did see where you also said in line 55 that they could keep 5% for their own. I want to say for their administrative services. So
That would be the maximum, yes, sir. I would hope maybe they don't feel the need to keep the full 5, but is Austin here?
They're here. And they're good with the bill.
okay, which is good. That makes me sounds good. And then the only other person I saw that was on line 46, you brought in the county tag agents, and I don't know exactly what their thoughts what their thoughts are on this.
I haven't polled the county tag agents, but I am told that they're managing and handling this type of money already with the specialty tags and the various things that you can opt in or opt in on when you register your vehicle, and that it should not be an undue burden. Their system is, kind of already set up to handle things like this, is what I'm told. But again, if Austin has any better.
We're good with the bill. Austin, I got that. I left you alone and went to the county tag agents. Now, are you speaking for the county tag agents too now?
I am not.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, thank you, Senator. But it's a great bill. Thank you.
And now would be the proper time. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against? Motion carries.
Thank you
You have
very
a bill.
much.
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you.
There's no other business. Thank y'all for the day.